So what is up everyone, JFLores here, and for today's episode, I'm gonna give you 5 reasons why I bought the iPhone 13 mini instead of the iPhone 14 series this year to be exact. Because as of today, this iPhone 13 mini is already 2+ years old and kaka-release lang ng mga iPhone 14 series a couple of months back. So baka makatulong tong video na to if you are considering on getting the iPhone 13 mini instead of the iPhone 14 series. So reason number 1 why you should probably get the iPhone 13 mini instead of the 14 series is straight to the point, the price. I cannot afford the iPhone 14, specifically the iPhone 14 Pro. I bought this iPhone 13 mini brand new for around roughly 41 or 43,000 pesos. And if you are looking for an iPhone 14 Pro right now at the market is roughly around 75 to 78,000 pesos. That's 256 gigs. Before this phone, I had the iPhone 11 Pro, which I bought at probably 48,000, and that was 2020, 256 gigs. And then ngayon, di ko magets, but sobrang mahal na talaga ng iPhone 14 Pro. And of course, nung nabili ko yung 11 Pro, again, 2 years ago, it came with a box, a charger, a cord, and a pair of headset. Kung bibili ka ng iPhone 14 Pro ngayon at price of 77,000, cable lang yung makukuha mo at box. So I just don't see the value for money siguro when it comes to the iPhone 14 Pro. So that's the reason number 1, the price. And again, to emphasize, I just can't afford the iPhone 14 Pro. Second reason is the camera. As a content creator dati sa 11 Pro ko, I used to use the camera big time. 11 series, dun lumabas yung tatlong camera sa iPhone eh. So yun yung habol ko talaga. I bought the iPhone 13 mini kasi nakita ko na hindi ko masyadong gamit or I don't use the camera. I have a dedicated camera na for video and photos. So that's, I guess, one of the main factors siguro na hindi ko na tinignan or hindi ko na masyadong ni-research sa iPhone 13 mini is the camera. Kasi some of you guys, maybe majority of you who are watching or planning to upgrade is camera talaga yung hinahanap nyo sa iPhone. Which is, I don't blame you because the iPhone has great camera. Wala na akong masabi doon. So, okay na okay talaga siya. Pero if you're like me, if you have a dedicated camera for photos and videos and you might find the 14 Pro's camera not that useful siguro, then just go with the 13 mini. The next reason why I bought the 13 mini instead of the 14 Pro or Pro Max is the size. This is one of the highlights siguro bakit ka magko-consider ng bumili ng 13 mini, because again, it's mini. It is a one-hand phone which gives me that nostalgic look sa iPhone 4S, my very first iPhone. So na-miss ko talaga yon, and the form factor is also similar. And if you're like me, this is not safe though, disclaimer lang, I usually text while driving, so having that one-hand capability of using this phone is just the cherry on top talaga. So I think that's one of the main reason or isa yan sa mga habol ng bumibili ng 13 mini is of course the size. And the next reason is somewhat subjective talaga. It depends on how you use this device right here is the battery life. Kasi for me, it's good enough. It's more than enough. For some people, sinasabi nang hindi sila gusto mag-mini kasi parang na-trauma sila sa 12 mini because of the battery life. Well, number 1, this has more battery or basta mas malaki yung battery nitong 13 mini. Plus, ako palagi ko tong sinasaksak sa kotse ko whenever I'm driving, especially here in the Philippines. Kung matatraffic ka, so bonus na yon, instant fully charged na yung camera mo or yung phone mo pala, nasanay na ako sa camera. Plus, you have a lot of wireless power banks and all MagSafe chargers and whatnot. So for me, the battery is just perfect siguro. It depends on how you use it. Again, going back to the second reason, di ko na to ginagamit as a camera phone or as a video phone and whatnot. So, it saves a lot of battery talaga kasi yan yung magdi-drain ng mga cellphone ngayon is the camera features and yung mga data is meron akong wifi sa office at dito sa bahay. So this would last me more than a day kasi yun nga, naka-plug to palagi sa kotse, plus yun, baka the battery life is holding you back, pero trust me, the battery of this guy is more than capable of what you need. And the last reason why I bought the 13 mini instead of the 14 Pro this year is it's still an iPhone. Basically, when you open home screen, it looks the same. It is very, very similar with other iPhones. The speed, if you are nitpicky talaga, mapapansin mo talaga na medyo mas mabagal siya compared to the latest one. And the software capabilities, this is also future-proof kasi you're safe with I don't know how many generations pa with Apple kasi ngayon, meron akong kakilala na 7 Plus or 6 Plus pa yung ginagamit. Okay na okay pa rin siya. Now, if you are like the other people na gusto talaga yung wala ng notch and then the notch of the 14 Pro is really, really good, then you should probably get one. Pero if yan yung habol mo, if depends on how you use the phone talaga. But for me, an iPhone is still an iPhone. If you were to ask me, there's no point talaga of getting an iPhone 14 Pro if you are looking for its specific features na meron lang talaga sa iPhone 14 Pro. And again, you could save a lot of money if you're gonna get this one. This video is very subjective. It solely depends on what your preferences are. So that's it. God bless. Stay safe. Peace.